Gold is back, strongly above the 1800 level, so really a good indication. Let's have a closer look what this means and what the targets are and what you can expect what the market is doing. Yes, indeed. We have a really strong stance here with the gold price, and it looks really impressive what we've seen so far. And this is maybe opening a door for a really strong bull market. Many people are expecting this as well anyway, because of the inflation thoughts. Many people in the US especially, or for the US market, are expecting something like inflation. And this may push the gold price even to higher levels. Because, of course, when the currencies are devaluating, the prices are going up. We could see this so far with the stock market because all the money printed or created by the Fed, for example, or other central banks pushed the stock market to the upside. But now, as people are more and more afraid about inflation, because the inflation is coming to their own money, because the input prices are increasing, of course, for example, for metals, normal metals, copper, for example, or energy, for example, crude oil, or, of course, the labor costs. We could see that finding new employees is really getting expensive. So this means that somewhere the companies will push the prices for their products up. So this will introduce new inflation ideas to the market, and this is helping gold, of course. So let's have a closer look at the chart. What is the chart saying and what can we read? Where are the targets? Is there a limit? What shall we do? Okay, let's start with a daily chart and let's see what we had so far. Scrolling a little bit so that we can see a little bit more is the strong move we had until end of summer, or let's say into August 2020. And from that point on, we had a really corrective pattern. But this is a very typical situation in the market and not giving the final idea of what the market is doing. We can see things like this. If you see, I can see this very easy. You can see this as well. You can see this as well. We can see it so many times here in many different situations. But as long as the market was strong before, after that the market will continue strongly. After that the market will continue strongly. Even if you go to the lower time frame, even then the market will continue strongly. And now we have this situation again. And when this is over, the market will continue strongly. So we have a really good chance that the market will push forward, that we will have higher price levels with gold prices, maybe silver as well, or others as well. But this is focused on the gold price first. So yeah, the door is open for price gains. The market is coming up really pushing really forward. And the good thing is we can see this here on a lower time frame as well. When the market had something like a setback, the first thing after that should be something really pushy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can show you something with it is a little more theoretically here with the impulsive moves. You can see the market is moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an impulsive move. And impulsive moves, or an impulse in this case, is always giving us the direction of the main trend. So in this case, this is the main trend. If we can continue with what we had here, we can easily see, this seems to be the main trend. So this is indicating that currently the market is really pushy for the upside. So we can expect way more. If you say, yeah, but 5 waves, didn't we have this here as well? Yes, indeed. So we need a little bit more information. One is, if you compare this one, we had here a really strong overlapping. Here we had a really soft overlapping. So the situation is getting better. But this alone is not enough. If you have something like this, it is not enough information. We need one information more. How is the market answering this move? When the next move is something like a corrective pattern, and corrective patterns are ABC shaped, or if not ABC, something going back and forth with a lot of overlapping. You can see it here, for example. Sometimes it's ABC, and sometimes it's a lot of pushing forward, backward. If this happens here, this is a typical corrective pattern. If this happens from any point from now, chances are very high that when the market is pushing through the last intermediate high, that this will continue, so the market will skyrocket from that level, and maybe not only moving to this point here, also overshooting these levels here and going further and further and further. But this is not to discuss today. The most important thing is we have the best ingredients now for a really, really good bull market, a 5-wave pattern to the upside. What we need next is a setback shaped like an ABC pattern, which is a typical corrective one. There's a chance that this will start very soon. We can have an estimation how far the market will push before this will happen. Just to give you an impression, we can measure the first move to the upside. This is the first move to the upside, and we can measure this to the last move, the current move, and we can see we were already 100% the same size. You can see this move continuing here is the same size, so we have a chance that the market has seen its target already in this case. We can, of course, measure as well the whole situation before the last run. From the lowest point, and I was double clicking, this is not helping, so doing again. From the lowest point to the highest point before the last run. Taking it down here to this intermediate low here. And we can see this is not useful, of course, because it's pushed through already and it's near the old high here in this case. But here we have at least two levels which are indicating, okay, this area here is maybe giving something to think about. Maybe the market needs a turn at that point. This is not a promise that the market will come down next, but this is indicating, okay, we have a chance at least that somewhere in the near future the market is giving us this setback, what I mentioned before, and after that we can continue to the upside. So as long as the market is not doing this, you should of course wait. Some orientation is the Fibonacci retracement. You can measure from the lowest point to the highest point. So if this is the highest level here and the market is not continuing pushing forward, we can expect that the market will come down to the 50% level, the 38.2 level, something around 1660 roughly. Can be a little bit more, 1680, can be a little bit less if necessary, but somewhere around this level here. And if this move here is coming in an ABC pattern or in a very shaky pattern, then we have the perfect situation, a strong move to the upside and a weak move to the downside. And this is completely different in this situation. We had something like 5-wave to the upside with a overlapping, but instead of getting something like this, we got a really strong move to the downside and a shaky to the upside. So you can see this is clearly indicating a continuation to the downside. So this is needed to understand, okay, we are now in a bull market and will continue really far. We can expect way more to come. So chances are really good that the market is opening a bull market now and is now for really higher prices, 2000 and even higher in the very next future. But before entering a position, I would recommend wait for something like this. The downside is maybe this is not occurring at the very next at the very moment. It can happen that this will continue a little bit further on a lower time frame, but you can see as long as the market is doing the same pattern, strong to the upside, shaky to the downside, you can say, okay, there's one more to come at least, and after this will happen. So we have a really good chance that the market will continue to the upside, wait for some corrective pattern on the downside, ABC or overlapping, shaky and overlapping, and then we can continue with the bull market. Okay folks, this is only a short video on this, just to give you an impression what we can expect with the gold prices. This is something what we have in focus for trading this. Of course we are doing this on a lower time frame as well, but here on this YouTube channel I will continuing with new videos now. So if you like what you see so far, then please press the subscription button and please give me a thumbs up or a comment if this is helpful. The more feedback I get, the more is the patient or the more interested am I to continue this and give you more and more ideas about how to trade these markets. So have a good week, trade successfully, stay healthy, seeing you soon.